What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from Rants. As always, guys, if you enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. We're on the road to 1,000, and we hope you guys will help us get there. Also, I do want to mention that right now, YouTube content creators are finding it difficult to get their videos out there to the public. So thanks to YouTube analytics. So if you do enjoy our content, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be the first ones to see our videos once they're uploaded. Okay, so when it comes to the MCU, there's no one that's watched Rants or Us that can say that I'm a huge MCU fan. It's not that I believe that the movies are bad. They're not. They're not bad at all. But they're not great. You know, I always compare the MCU to Star Wars on this simple fact of even Star Wars fans will not say that any of the Star Wars movies are their favorite movie of all time. They might say that the franchise as a whole is one of their greatest franchises of all time, but not the individual movies. One can say that the MCU as a whole is great. You can make that argument. I wouldn't be one necessarily that would make that argument because I felt like a lot of the movies were lacking. I felt like some of the characters that they tried to portray out there was lacking. I wasn't even a huge Avengers fan. But I did enjoy Thanos. I enjoyed Thanos as a main villain. I thought he did a really fantastic job in that role, as appearing to be someone that is like an unstoppable force that really had to be beat by the good guys. You know, that's kind of like the best storytelling there is when you have the superheroes never as strong as the villains, but yet they somehow manage to succeed. I mean, that's classic storytelling, but it's storytelling that works. And I felt like, you know, the Infinity Saga actually did that. But I do want to talk about this when it comes, it's Thor 4 news. Thor 4 director fuels speculation for Idris Elba's return as Heimdall. Probably butchering that name. I actually really thought in this article even, and I do want to mention that this is about for a Thor Love and Thunder movie, but I do want to say this about Idris Elba. For Idris Elba to have such a small role in the MCU, I feel like it's a travesty, because Idris Elba is by far one of the greatest, at least in my view, one of the greatest actors of this generation. I was very disappointed when he wasn't the new James Bond. I thought he would have been perfect in that role, and I was disappointed that he wasn't that. I've heard his name out there for a God of War movie as playing Kratos. I'm all for that. I think he would be a great Kratos. He's just got the voice, the acting ability. He can take on any role, good guy, bad guy, it doesn't matter. He's just a great actor, and he deserves all the credit in the world. So for him to be so underutilized is, to me, a travesty and a waste of a great character. Now, Heimdall was killed by Thanos, and I believe it was Infinity, was it Infinity Wars? Infinity War. He was killed by Thanos in Infinity Wars after he had used his abilities to teleport Hulk to safety to Earth. But Taika Waititi was spotted with Idris Elba on the set of the film. And it's leading to speculation that somehow Idris Elba will be returning as Heimdall. Now, how exactly this will take place, I am actually kind of curious to find out, because Heimdall wasn't like the finger snap killed Heimdall. Thanos killed Heimdall. Killed his character. So, I mean, I cannot imagine how there could ever be a situation where he could be brought back. If he is, I would be all for it. But it does have to be something that makes sense. I don't want it to just be, oh, well, hey, he's just appeared and we're not really going to explain that. Just, be glad he's back. I don't want that. Like I said, Idris Elba deserves more than that. He deserves more than that from the MCU than to just be brought back and no explanation given as to why. But if he is brought back, I hope he's given a larger role than what he's been given. I would even almost want to see like a little bit more of his backstory fleshed out. No, maybe not, I guess, in his own movie, you could say, which I would watch. I would watch that movie. I don't know if a lot of other MCU fans out there would watch that movie, though. But I personally would watch it just because it's Idris Elba. But, like I said, the speculation is back that he might be in this. But it should also be noted that on the Suicide Squad, Idris Elba will be playing Bloodsport. And Taika Waititi, I know I'm butchering that name, is playing an unknown character on the Suicide Squad. So they could have been become really good friends on that show. Could just be, co-workers, hanging out together. And that could be, fueling all of these rumors. But I pray that's not the case. I actually hope that he comes back in Thor 4. I think this movie is going to need it. I really do. Out of all the new MCU movies coming out, Thor 4 is one movie that I'm not looking forward to. It's not that, like the Thor series, series of movies have been kind of hit or miss. I enjoyed the first one. I didn't really like the second one. The third one was okay. Everybody loves Thor Ragnarok. It was decent. It was a decent movie. I didn't really, I hated it the first time I saw it. But the second go around that I saw it, I actually really enjoyed it. So, that's one of those movies that, I can rewatch from time to time. Even though, like I said, Black Panther is one movie that is actually my favorite MCU movie to rewatch. But overall, I'm happy for this. I hope that Idris Elba returns. And you know what? Taika Waititi, he is a good director. And if anyone can pull off Thor 4 and make it interesting, I believe he was the director, if I'm not mistaken, of Thor Ragnarok. So, for them to bring him back, that's saying something about what they think of his expertise. And, it's always good to have, a vision for upcoming films in a series. I feel like that's the one thing that the new Star Wars sequels were really lacking. So, if they can do that in Thor, if they can make it where that, we have a post-Thanos MCU that fans can really get into and enjoy, I'm hesitant about it. Maybe it's the coronavirus that's got me out of the habit of going to theaters. But overall, I think it's got a lot of fans' habits change. I feel like the MCU now is past. I feel like now the DCU is actually going to be taking its place. As a DC fan, that's what I'm hoping at least. But anyways, guys, y'all leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this news. As always, guys, thank you for watching.